Ciara had just actually started working back at Kids Club.
I was going to come back to Princeton, work, and just try to make some money during the summer for school.
I had noticed that she wasn't feeling well after coming back from college in Platteville.
My parents pushed me to go to the hospital, the ER. I was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia. So that is a blood and bone marrow cancer. My heart sunk. I mean, you're 20 years old, you don't expect to be diagnosed with any diseases that could end your life, honestly, or just change your life in general.
She told me on FaceTime that she had leukemia. My initial thought was that couldn't happen. I don't think it properly hit me until I saw her in a hospital bed.
So I met Ciara the second day she was admitted to the hospital after finding out she was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia. And so it's a leukemia that's really aggressive, and so we treat it quickly.
I received one chemo 24/7. For seven days I had the chemo, and I was just hooked up to it. Logan was my primary nurse. She was there for me since the beginning. She was a friend that when I needed one. They came in, told me that to stay in full remission, you have to receive a bone marrow transplant.
Bone marrow transplant is 100% life-saving for these patients, so they can go ahead and get chemotherapy, but it's ultimately giving them these new cells that give them what we consider like a second birthday.
They first look at your siblings, who have, I believe, a 1 in 4 chance of being your match, and then after that they look at the registry. I didn't have any doubt in my mind that Mariah would get tested to see if she would be a match for me.
She's my blood. I would do anything for her. They actually told me that it was a 100% match.
So without Mariah being willing first to do the transplant, but then second to be, if she wouldn't have been a 100% match, we would have had to look toward the registry to find someone for Ciara.
Within a week, the doctors told us that the stem cells were working. They were doing exactly what they were supposed to in Ciara's body. So right now, Ciara is in remission.
The bone marrow transplant's what saved my life. Without it, I don't know how long I would be here. It feels great to be able to say that you're a survivor and able to say that you got through one of the hardest parts of your life.
Ciara being in remission is huge. We couldn't imagine, the world without a positive person like Ciara in it. She gives so much to the people that surround her.
I hope to get my nursing degree, and I hope to return back to the hematology oncology area where I was treated, and hopefully treat other patients that were just like me.
Be the Match is so important to all these people that are out there that if they don't have family members that are with them, if they're an only child, if they're adopted, if they have 7 siblings but none of them are the match, then they rely on this list. I really encourage people, just from the donor's perspective, to go out there and be the match for a better tomorrow for someone that may not survive without that bone marrow transplant.